This segment features one outstanding student from the sunny fishing capital of the Turks and Caicos, South Caicos. Angie Toussaint reports.
She has huge plans for the Turks and Caicos, many suggestions that seem to make a lot of sense, a lot of hopes for her island of South Caicos, and a number of initiatives that can be implemented in the country's efforts to save the environment. Antoinese Duncanson debuted all of her talents and her concerns for the environment at a recent environmental conference featuring Al Gore. She and a group of 5 from the Marjorie Basin stunned onlookers at the recent National Science Fair, where they displayed the negative effects of an unclean surrounding and the positive effects of a sanitary environment. She talked about this during an interview with WIV4 News in South Caicos.
Well, our exhibit mostly was about negative effects of man's action on the environment. Basically, our model showed about things that were happening in the TCI based to some actions that men are doing, like how they're contributing to pollution, so on and so forth. One of our main concerns that we hope to accomplish is that our ideas that we put forward will be taken into consideration in future planning, because our environment is our future.
She explained that those responsible can do more, especially when it comes to garbage disposal, and explained other methods of storing and destroying refuse.
Presently, they're using the landfills as a way of getting rid of garbage, and they're covering it up and building new landfills. But as you can see, our population is growing very rapidly, and that means more people will want to get more land, and we won't have enough land for everyone if everywhere is filled with trash. Also, in South Caicos, the landfills are very close to the airport. And if the rate of pollution continues to increase, the smell from the trash will go through the air by diffusion, and you'll end up smelling it at the airport, and that can sometimes turn off tourists from coming back to the island.
The Form 5 student also suggested some new solutions to the growing number of refuse in the Turks and Caicos Islands.
On our project, we had 2 solutions that we can have. Either we can have an recycling plant to recycle some of our trash and use the containers that we can reuse the containers to make our own products, instead of always depending on the United States or other countries to get such products. We can reuse our containers instead of throwing them away. Or instead of recycling them, we can use another method of getting rid of trash, like using an incinerator to burn the trash. We'll have more space, so in the future, if me per se would like to get some land, it'll be very easy for me to get it.
Duncanson confirmed that presently there are no programs for recycling, but assured that more students from our school will make an added effort to be environmentally sound.
But as a group, I can say that since we're all a bit more knowledgeable about the subject, that in our own special way, we'll start a little recycling, Instead of just throwing our bottles about everywhere, we can reuse it like in the lab. We can reuse bottles to put chemicals and stuff in it instead of just throwing it away.
Antoinese Duncanson hopes to study medicine. For WIV4 News, I'm Angie Toussaint.
These students were quite impressive at the recent science fair hosted by the Department of Education. And now we take another look at Antoinese. She is the student who delivered her prize-winning essay entitled "The Environment and Our People and How We Can Protect the TCI Environment." It was in November when former U.S. Vice President Al Gore, along with over 500 other people, filled the Gustavus Lightbourne Sports Complex for the finale of the Fostering a Green Culture Conference. WIV4 recently caught up with Ms. Duncanson at school in South at Marjorie Basin High and asked just how nervous she really was during that captivating presentation.